Hey guys, what's up? Kingflipper here, and welcome to another Marquee Matchups predictions episode. As you know, what I always do, probably this is going to be dropped Saturday, I normally drop them on Saturday, is I do a prediction going from what I mostly think to least likely think. As you know, I'm in a league as well. Obviously, other people's descriptions are in the link below that do Marquee Matchup predictions. Feel free to check them out. As you know, guys, I go from, as I said, we've got the 4 predictions, and I also have a 5th wild card as well. I think we got 2 right again the other week. That seems to be the normal thing because that's what EA are doing at the moment. Dropping 2 marquee games and then just putting 2 random games in because EA are trolls, so you know. I also advise on my investments that I do make, if you're going to do them, I would sell in the hype. Well, it's up to you, you can sell them in the hype, you will make profit if you sell them in the hype, but if you keep them, there's a guarantee you're going to make more, obviously, if you get it right. But you never know. So obviously we're going to start off with the first one that I'm going to go for is the Seville derby. It's Seville versus Betis. So this is quite a big derby apparently in the La Liga. Requirements wise, I'm going to go 78 rated, all La Liga players, and minimum 95 chemistry. Players to pick up: Sevilla, you can pick up Nolito for 500 coins, left winger, which is good. And for Betis, you can pick up Garcia CDM for 450 coins. Players are quite cheap at the moment, so I've invested, I think I've picked up 10 of each of them, so I'm quite happy with that to go with, so I'm quite happy with that one, so that's definitely the first one. Second in the list is another derby. It's in the FA Cup. We have a London derby, we've got Spurs versus West Ham. The reason I'm going for this one is because there is a few big games in the FA Cup, but I'm going to go this one because it'd be a derby and it'd be a London derby. Spurs are doing pretty, not the best, but they're still doing better than what West Ham are doing, so you know. Requirements: 78 rated, are going to go again. Minimum of 6 BPL players, because that's normally the most requirements, and minimum 90 chemistry, because that's normally the most common thing they're going for the BPL. Players to pick hold of: for Spurs, you can pick up Vorm for 500 coins, the goalkeeper, 79 rated, not bad. And for West Ham, you're looking at Sacco for 500 coins, the striker, you can pick up for about 750 coins. So that's number 2. I haven't really invested too much on that. I've only bought a couple of players of each, so you know, there's more players that I've invested in, so you'll find out as I go through this. Next we got another derby, Derby de Lisboa, I think it's pronounced, Derby de Lisboa. We got Benfica versus Sporting, a biggish derby, well actually it's the biggest derby in the league now, so you know. Requirement wise, I'm only going to go 76 rated, I wouldn't go massive, I don't know, they could do anything with it. Minimum of 4 Portuguese players, because there's quite a lot of Portuguese in both teams, so you know. And minimum of 90 chemistry, so I reckon they could do that. Benfica, you can pick up Varelia, their goalkeeper, for 500 coins, which is quite cheap. But for Sporting, their players are quite expensive at the moment. You can pick up Ruiz, which is the 77 rated left mid, for about 800 coins. But there is quite a few different players that vary in between 8 and 900 coins that you can pick up or hold off. So if you want to get a couple more, you only have to spend like 100 coins more, because they're all players are set at that price at the moment. I don't know why Sporting players are so expensive, but you know, I've picked up a few Benfica players, but I've only picked up a couple of Sporting players because of the price. I've already got a few packed anyway, so I'm not going to complain. Next we've got on the list, it's another derby, obviously, why not? It's the Teesware derby. It's Middlesbrough versus Sunderland. I picked this one because it's another big game. Again, it's another derby game, another FA Cup game, I think. I think it is. So you know, requirements, I'm going to go minimum of 2 players from either team. A minimum of 6 golds, I reckon they could do that, because you can get quite a few golds in the Championship. And a minimum of 85 chemistry as well. This is the one I've invested quite heavily. Middlesbrough players, I've invested in Braithwaite's, because there's only him in the goal rated player. I mean, if you remember right, when Middlesbrough were in a marquee matchups before, Braithwaite's were going for like 8-9k. You can pick them up for 800 coins at the moment. So I've probably bought about 20 of them just in case. I'll probably say I'm going to sell a few to make my profit back, money back at least. I may keep a couple just in case. So you know. For Sunderland, you can pick up Catamoles for 550 coins. Again, I've picked up about 5 or 10 of them as well, just in case. Obviously, there's more goals for Sunderland, so that's why they're cheaper. So you know, but definitely, I've invested in Braithwaite's for definite. And then, last but not least, we've got the wild card that I've picked. Again, this one I've heavily invested in because it's Newcastle versus Central Coast. This is another derby, the F3 derby it's called. But Newcastle also have another game in this marquee matchup week, which they could be in as well. So I've invested heavily in Newcastle players, the Newcastle Jet players. But Newcastle Jet players at the moment, you're looking at about 700 coins for any player, any rated player for buy now. Unless you snipe them, you can pick them up cheaper than that. Central Coast are only 200 coins, so I've invested in them as well, obviously. But the Newcastle Jets ones are definitely worth an investment because, as I said, it's not just once; it's got double the chance of being in a marquee matchup. So you know, requirement-wise, 60 rated, minimum of 4 A-League players, and I'm going to go minimum of 90 chemistry. They're the requirements I reckon with that one. But as you can tell, I've invested in certain teams again. I always make my money back, which is good. I do make some profit, not loads of profit, because I don't massively invest in. But what am I doing Tuesday? Tuesday I'm not doing anything, so that's good because I'm on a night shift. So I'll be on night shift Tuesday, so that's good. So I might be able to sell them before 6 o'clock. Because as I said, I make sure I sell enough to make profit, and make sure I sell enough to at least make my money and make a little bit of profit. So you know. But yeah, guys, there we go. As I said before, let me know in the comments below if there's any predictions that you think there's going to be in and I've completely forgot. And as always, I hope you enjoyed the video and stream. Any other comments, feel free into the description, also in the comment below. Check other people in the descriptions who do marquee matchup predictions. And yeah, obviously I'll see you in the next video stream. Have a good day. Peace.